you Aries people, welcome for your monthly horoscope for September 2014. And I'm glad it's one of those months where there is something quite rare happening and also quite positive. And that is Jupiter trining Uranus. So that's on a collective level, positive for everyone, but of course also for Aries, and especially because it's happening in fire houses and in fire signs, which is really good for Aries people because normally Aries does like a bit of fire and a bit of energy and a bit of spirit. So what's going on with this Jupiter and Uranus? Let's start with that because this is the most important thing. Now, Jupiter and Uranus, if they are in a connection with each other, it's always about freeing up situations and unexpected windfalls. So that is of course positive. And we all know, and certainly an Aries will know that because they don't like that life always has some responsibility and restrictions, and if we make choices, then it always has a price. If we choose between two things, it always has a price. Sometimes the price is high and sometimes it isn't. So, and Aries people don't really like that because they just want to go forwards and they just want to win. But this time it is a time of winning because this Jupiter and Uranus in a trine make the possibility of restrictions, and not that these restrictions are bad or anything, but to open them up and to give the possibility of maybe getting two things instead of one thing. I'll give you an example. If you are ambitious, let's say you're a woman, you're ambitious, and or you're a man and ambitious, and there is a promotion going on, so you want to go for the promotion, but you're also having a child, so at the same time, and it's very difficult to do both. In a normal situation you will have to spend more time with your baby, for instance, than full time going for the promotion. Now with this Jupiter and Uranus, and actually this example could be the case because it's in the houses that has to do with children, with the fifth house. But it's always an example, of course, these are general horoscopes. But these are the kind of things that can happen, that you can go for the promotion and you could go for the baby as well. You could say, hey, the first 3 months I'm going to be with my baby and no work for me. And then your boss is saying, okay, you can start within 3 months with a new job. So these are opportunities and optimism and possibilities and positive things happening in your life. This is the Uranus trining Jupiter. And I think most Aries people, whether it is a sun in Aries or an ascendant or a moon, like me, I have my moon in Aries, it will be quite exciting. And Aries people need excitement, and they need every now and then, they need a bit of a boost. And yes, now I have the feeling that I go forwards, and this is going 200 miles an hour. So opportunities, yes, when it considers yourself and when it considers your fifth house. Yourself, because this aspect in itself wants you to expand and wants you to break free. It's already in itself, this aspect. And of course, when this Uranus is in your own sign, it is double. And with Jupiter in your fifth, it's about you being you. It's about you being open, honest, Aries, like most Aries people are, very open and honest. And not always that other people like that, but anyways, it's a trait of an Aries person. So to be very straightforward. And you will be able, if you want to start, you want to have a hobby that turns into a business, for instance. It's possible. Or you have a creative new project that you want to do. It's a good time to do so. Or something is presented to you that has to do with those things and that has to do with you opening up. You being a bit on the stage, but not on, performing, but being seen as who you truly are. And as I said, Aries people really, really need that. So they really need to, also if you're going for a course, or how do you say that? To put your emotion, what you feel emotionally attracted to passionate for, to do something good for the collective, will bring you a lot of benefit with this aspect. So good energy there. That's the most important. But what else is happening? There are other things happening. There is like a new moon happening in your 7th house of relationships. So that could mean that whilst all this is happening, maybe there are new business partners coming your way, or a new relationship is coming your way. And if there needs to be an end in a relationship, it will be able that you will be able to communicate well. So let's say you're in the middle of a divorce at the moment. There is Mercury transiting your 7th house, which is good for understanding. You know, the communication in a relationship is always important, and having difficulties in the relationship with Mercury going through the 7th house is really beneficial for understanding each other, even while it is hard, for instance. Now, what else is happening? The Sun and Venus is in your 6th house for most of the month. So when it comes to new routines, when it comes to your routines, when it comes to your day-to-day work, I think you're going to like it more than usual, because these are two nice planets crossing through the 6th house. And when a problem needs to be solved, you will be able to solve it more quickly with Venus there and with the Sun there. Also good connections with colleagues, and a good understanding with colleagues as well. Mars in the middle of the month is crossing the 9th house. And when Mars is in the 9th house of visions, of hope, visions of seeing the bigger picture, of philosophy, of foreign countries, it's a good time to travel and to be very active while you travel. And to meet someone, you know, certainly when you're a woman with Mars there in the 9th house, to meet a nice man there during your traveling. But it means being active when it comes to 9th house issues, when it comes to maybe publishing, maybe PR, maybe networking. It is all favored there. Although there is 1 to 2 days that you have to be cautious, and that is around the 21st and the 22nd to the 23rd. You know, these days, if you can, you know, it's not the best day to travel then, but of course sometimes you just have to, or you're, take into consideration that there can be a bit delays or things that are going different than you would have expected, or that you have not foreseen. But that's just a couple of days, so I wouldn't be worried too much about that. But in general, it's a very Aries month for all of us actually, but certainly when you've got planets. And if you do have planets around, let's say, from 10 up until 17 degrees of Aries, you will be absolutely feeling and that energy that I described in the beginning, Uranus and Jupiter. So opportunities coming your way, be open, go for it. What Aries people normally do anyway, because of the quite impulsive nature there, unless you have other planets or many planets with fixed signs, for instance in Taurus or Scorpio. But normally go for it and you will benefit from it. So if a chance, an opportunity is given to you, it's just this one chance, and then it will be passing by, so take it. It's a good time for it. So thanks a lot, you Aries people, wishing you a good month, and if you want a reading, get in touch, and see you next month. Bye bye.